I used to believe silence was a form of love. That staying quiet meant I was being patient. That swallowing my words meant I was protecting my family. That not saying everything I felt was a kind of wisdom that came with age. For a long time, that belief felt noble. I watched my children grow. I watched them become busy, capable, confident. And I told myself, they don't need my worries. They don't need my feelings. They don't need my voice anymore. So I stayed quiet. I smiled when I felt misunderstood. I nodded when something hurt. I let conversations pass without correction. I let assumptions settle like dust. And I called it love. But after 70, silence starts to sound different. It's no longer peaceful. It's loud. Loud with all the things that never left your mouth. Loud with the words that waited too long. Loud with the ache of being unseen. Not because you were ignored, but because you trained everyone not to listen. Most elderly parents don't regret the words they spoke to their children. They regret the words they never said. We were taught something very specific. We were taught not to complain. Not to argue with our children. Not to make waves. Parents endure. Parents sacrifice. Parents stay strong and silent. We were taught that love meant tolerance. That endurance was a virtue. That discomfort was our responsibility to carry quietly. And maybe, at one time, that made sense. Life was harder. Voices were fewer. Survival came before expression. But no one warned us about the cost. The cost of silence is not peace. It is distance. Silence does not protect relationships. It slowly starves them. Connection does not disappear because of arguments. It disappears because of absence. How many times did you want to explain yourself, but decided it wasn't worth it? How many times did your child misunderstand you, and you stayed quiet because correcting them felt selfish? How many times did you say, "It's fine," when it wasn't? Each time felt small, insignificant. But years are made of small moments. And now, you sit in rooms filled with people, yet feel invisible. Your children aren't cruel. They aren't heartless. They assume you're fine. Why wouldn't they? You've been telling them that for decades. Mom is strong. Dad doesn't need much. They'll tell us if something's wrong. Your children didn't ignore you on purpose. They followed the version of you that never spoke. Loneliness in old age isn't always about being alone. Sometimes it's about being present, but unseen. Living in a full house, yet feeling like a background character. Eating together, but not being asked how you truly feel. Being loved, but not known. And then come the beliefs. If I speak, I'll be a burden. You tell yourself that your feelings are heavy, that your needs are inconvenient, that your honesty would add weight to lives already full. But carrying unspoken pain doesn't make you lighter. It makes you disappear. They're too busy. Yes, they are busy. But busy people still make time for what feels real. What feels human. What feels honest. Silence teaches others that nothing is needed. It's too late now. This belief hurts the most, because it convinces you that age has erased your right to be heard. But age does not cancel truth. It does not invalidate emotion. It does not remove your place in the conversation. Age gives your words weight. Not because they are urgent, but because they are rare. Speaking does not mean complaining. Speaking does not mean blaming. Speaking can be gentle. It can sound like, I don't need you to fix this. I just want you to know how I feel. Or, sometimes I stay quiet because I don't want to trouble you, but I miss talking. Or, I'm proud of you, and sometimes I feel a little left behind. One sentence. Not an argument. Not a lecture. Not a list of grievances. Just honesty. Silence keeps the peace on the surface, but honesty builds connection underneath. If you are over 70, do not let silence write your ending. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to explain everything. You just have to exist out loud. Once in a while. Speak. Not to change your children, but to free your heart. Because there are still words worth saying. And you are still worth hearing. If this message stayed with you, don't rush away from it. Sit with it. There is time. Not endless time, but enough. Enough for one sentence. Enough for one truth. Enough for your voice to be part of your own story, before silence finishes it for you.